Bonjour à tous, hello everyone. Today is Wednesday, my day 3 here in Ile-de-France, visiting my in-laws. Today, as you can see behind me, I am at Château. I'm at a chateau called Auvers-sur-Oise, which is 1 hour away from Paris and exactly 15 minutes from where my in-laws live. So after lunch, I got inside my car and I told them au revoir. I'm going to visit this beautiful village, which I so love, as well. And I'm very excited to share this village with you. The first time I came here was before the birth of my younger son. So that was 13 years ago. And I fell in love at first sight, and I know that you'll love this place as well. So let's go and let's walk through this beautiful village. If you love walking, especially walking in France, you are going to really enjoy this one. À tout à l'heure. This is where we begin our journey. Today I'm wearing flat shoes and we will walk. So get ready to walk with me. You are going to enjoy this one. Right now I'm walking down the stairs. I have parked my car. Let me show you slowly. I have parked my car right behind that little hill. And I remember the second time we came here, my son, the small one, was only 3 years old, and he was rolling down those little humps, those little hills. It is beautiful. But of course you can see it is now autumn and we've got these beautiful leaves all over the place. All right, so let's continue. Let's begin our journey. This is the back of the chateau, and it is also the entrance into the actual chateau. 13 years ago when we came, there was an exhibition, a Van Gogh exhibition, which was spectacular. And actually, as we speak, there is one going on right now. And the reason why Van Gogh is so special here in Auvers-sur-Oise, you will see. I don't want to tell you now. You will see for yourself. Okay, so now I am going to take you to the front of the chateau, and there you will see the stunning gardens of this beautiful chateau. So right now we are headed to the front of this chateau of Auvers-sur-Oise. But just look at the beauty. Look at the amazing trees. The gardens are absolutely spectacular. You can play hide and seek here. In actual fact, this is what we do when we come with the little ones here, or what we did when we came with the little ones. If I still have enough storage, I will take you there. But right now I just want you to see the front of this beautiful chateau and the gardens. And do take note, we are not in summer, so you are not going to see the beautiful flowers, but there's plenty of greenery. Just look how neat and how beautiful this is. And here we are. This is a typical, simple French jardin. It's a French garden, nicely tended, nicely trimmed. And in summer and in spring, when you come here, you will see roses and tulips everywhere. The nice thing with this chateau is that parking is free, entry is free unless there is an exhibition. And most of these exhibitions that are hosted here, I mean, you pay next to nothing. They are not expensive at all. We are now right down to the garden, and I don't know if you can see right there, that's the village, and that's where I'm going to be taking you. I'm going to leave my car right here because I enjoy the nice walk through this beautiful village, and I will get it once I am done with showing you Auvers-sur-Oise. This chateau was built in the 17th century for an Italian banker who served under King Louis XIII. And this chateau stands as a timeless reminder of the elegance and grandeur of the French aristocracy. Its design, as you can see, reflects the classical style with beautiful symmetry and striking details. As we explore the grounds, it is easy to imagine the artists who walked here over a century ago. The chateau is more than just a beautiful estate. It's a place that inspired some of the greatest artists of the Impressionist era, such as Van Gogh. Imagine Camille Pissarro or Paul Cézanne painting their masterpieces in this beautiful setting with soft afternoon light dancing through the trees. These gardens must have been the perfect backdrop for their masterpieces. We are now walking down the stairs that are centuries old, and I'm going to be walking right to the village. Right to the village. Down here is the orangerie, and this is where they store all the plants and flowers that can only be exposed out to nature in summer and in autumn. The natural beauty here is captivating. You know, every step feels like walking through a painting where each flower and shadow tells a story. I really, really love it here. You can see here the rose bushes. Most of them are dying or almost dead, but you can sort of like have the picture of how colorful and how beautiful this garden is during spring and summer, with all these beautiful rose bushes. Just look at those trees. I love the seasons here in France. They are so distinct. I guess it's the whole of Europe, if I may say. They are very distinct. When it's summer, you feel it, you see it, you know it. When it's winter, oh my goodness, the beauty that is in winter. The snow, the calmness of everything, the stillness of everybody and everything. In winter, it's as if European people go into a very nice cozy cocoon, and I just love that. I just love that. Everything is still and quiet. You get up in the morning, you open the windows and you smell, you know, the smell of fire burning. It is very, very charming here in Europe. And actually, the colder seasons were one of the things that I was terrified of when I left South Africa 4 years ago. And I have now grown used, climatized to the climate, to the cold winters, to autumn. Actually, I find autumn to be pleasant and warm. 14 degrees Celsius, you know, in South Africa, everybody is behind closed doors with blankets at home. But here, and as we speak right now, it is 14 degrees Celsius. It is hot. It was blue skies today. It's just that I decided to come after lunch, and it is bearable. It is beautiful. You are not suffering in autumn here in France. For other parts of Europe, I wouldn't know, but I know for sure in Belgium that it rains all the time, from autumn all the way through to winter, and also early spring. But what I love with the weather here in France is that it's very stable and it's drier. It doesn't rain all the time. So even if you have the cold days, they are not mostly wet. So there, let's go to the village. I want to show you the parking. So there's plenty of parking here. You'll never run out of parking. This is the one side of the parking area. There's a parking where I parked on the other side with views overlooking the chateau. Okay, let me not waste any more time and let's go to the village. as we are taking this slow walk down to the village, I would like to finally introduce you to this gentleman who was called Vincent van Gogh. He was a painter actually. He was not French, he was born in the Netherlands, so he was Dutch. But he spent his last days right here in this village, Auvers-sur-Oise. So Vincent van Gogh was a painter, as I've mentioned. He saw beauty in the everyday, transforming things like simple wheat fields into extraordinary visions full of movement and light. His final days, as I've mentioned, were spent right here in France, in this village, surrounded by the landscape that he loved the most. He arrived here in Auvers-sur-Oise in 1890, if I remember correctly. And he was full of creative energy, to the point that every single day he produced a painting. But unfortunately, beneath the vibrancy and the energy, there was this man who was struggling with profound mental health issues. His final paintings were in fact full of emotion and tension. Like there is one called The Wheat Field with Crows, which he painted right here in Auvers-sur-Oise, which is often interpreted as a cry for distress. You know, it shows a glimpse into his turmoil, which was very and is still very sad. Yet in these paintings you also see his love for life and for nature. So these are all the paintings with the dates in which, and also the story behind each of the paintings that he painted here in Auvers-sur-Oise. Auvers-sur-Oise, you know, was and I think still is the go-to countryside for the painters during the Impressionist era, like Van Gogh. And the reason was obviously the proximity to Paris, because most of these artists were living, you know, in Paris. So they would come for months on end down here, you know, in the Paris region, in Auvers-sur-Oise, and do their painting. Also, you know, Paris can get a bit too much. It is very touristy, And French people who live in Paris do get tired actually of all the tourists coming into their city, and this is where they escape to. They want to go to the countryside, they come to Auvers-sur-Oise, to places like this. And if they want to go to the sea, to the ocean, they then drive to Normandy, which is just 2 hours away from here, from Paris. So this is the Van Gogh collection of work done here in Auvers, and they are showing you here what the city looked like during the time that Vincent van Gogh lived here. Much hasn't changed, actually. We can go around and pinpoint all of these restaurants, and places of interest that still exist even now. As I'm walking through here, I'm thinking, I will not do this justice, because as you can see where we are approaching now, this is the last place where Vincent van Gogh lived. It was a motel, and seeing that it's now close to 6 o'clock, it is obviously closed, and it would be really nice to have you guys go in and see what this place looks like, inside, and the history behind. At least the gate is still opened, so let's go in and see. But I think I will terminate our little tour right here, because I want to come on a day where we have full sun. So this is a biography, autobiography of Van Gogh, with all the dates, So this entire wall, it tells his story. Yeah. His room is right up there. Right up there. Let me go to the toilet. 27th, 1890, he walked into a field just nearby, which I will show you when I do a follow-up video where I show you this beautiful village. And something tragic happened there. The accounts, of course, differ, but he returned to this lodging, actually. The top window on the left, that is where he returned, wounded. 2 days later, at the age of 37, he passed away with his brother Theo by his side. Van Gogh's life ended too soon, but his art lives on and it is cherished worldwide. His journey, though filled with struggle, left us with a legacy that forever changed how we see the world around us. So this is what I've decided. I'm going to come back here on Friday or Saturday because the weather is going to be absolutely beautiful on those days. Right now it is too late to capture, some real good footage, and I want to do this village that I so love real justice, and I want to come back where there is a lot of sun and just enjoy being here. So now I'm just gonna end it, and join me on Friday. Walking the streets of Auvers-sur-Oise by night. I am now walking back to the chateau, and it is all love. It is beautiful. I believe that visiting France, if only just once in your lifetime, you would die a happy, fulfilled person. This country is life. This country is beautiful. It has so much to offer. There is so much to do, so much to learn in terms of history and culture. Even if you're not interested in French history per se, I am 100% sure that you will learn something about you learn something about heritage, you learn something about what it means to love one's own culture and preserve it, just by seeing what is happening here in France, just by seeing what the French people have done and continue to do. It's as if it's built in their DNA. They don't destroy history, they don't destroy buildings, they don't destroy language, but they preserve it. And I find that amazingly beautiful. So even if you're not a history buff, are not interested in French history, just being here and seeing the beauty. But then also it's about, stretching your imagination, challenging your mind. Before I left South Africa, actually, let me even go back. The very first time that I got on the plane and I left Africa as a continent and I came, to France for the first time, I was totally amazed, because then in my closed mind, I only knew beauty that is South Africa. I could never imagine that there would be a country, a place more beautiful than Cape Town, South Africa, more beautiful than KwaZulu-Natal, where I was born. It is just different. It's not that, other parts of the world are not beautiful. Yes, they are incredibly beautiful. I come from a beautiful, wealthy country in resources, in animals, in nature, in everything. But then when you come to another continent, or you come to another country, such as France, your mind, widens. The scope of your imagination widens, and you get to also appreciate the amazing strength and creativity of God, that He was able to give beauty to every single corner of His beautiful earth. Because I never thought there was any place as beautiful or more beautiful than Cape Town. I'm sorry. Maybe there still isn't, but hey, I have seen and discovered more places just as beautiful, if not more. So, as we close our little gallivanting, I just want to challenge you to this. If you are able, if you can, and if you want, because it always starts with wanting to do something, put France in your bucket list. You will not be sorry. Au revoir, bonne soirée, because it is now night here in France. C'est fermé? C'est pas possible, juste une minute pour photo. Ah, merci madame. Vous êtes très gentille. Merci. So the place is closed, but she's allowed. Wow. It's nice. This is a restaurant. You'll obviously have to book to come here. Au revoir. Bye. There. Château Auvers-sur-Oise invites visitors to step back in time, as we have been able to do today. It hosts these immersive exhibitions like Van Gogh and Pissarro, celebrating the Impressionist movement and the artists who fell in love with this region just an hour outside of Paris. So when you come to Château Auvers-sur-Oise, this is where you will find parking. This space is free. I hope this glimpse of Château Auvers-sur-Oise and its gardens has transported you, even for a moment, to a world where art and nature intertwine. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, take care and keep exploring the beauty of France.